Kishore Jayabalan, director of the Acton Institute's Rome office, joins us now. Before Acton, he worked for the Vatican at the Pontifical Council for Justice and Peace. Kishore, this article is getting some backlash in the United States. Critics say it depicts Americans who are faithful to the church as fanatics who are creating division. Can you help us understand why there's that perception?
Well, that perception, I have to say, is a long-standing one. In the Vatican. I worked for 5 years in the Roman Curia, as you said, at the Council for Justice and Peace. And I was always a little bit taken aback by the, not just ignorance, but almost a type of anti-Americanism that's prevalent among curial officials. I don't think out of any kind of animus towards the United States. It derives it away from ignorance, but it really takes on a virulent form, especially I would say when there's a Republican administration, a conservative administration in the White House, and somehow there's a lack of understanding what, let's say, more orthodox or conservative evangelicals and Catholics want to achieve in the political arena. And I think that's what occasioned this article in Civiltà Cattolica and reaction that we've seen since then.
Now, we should say the Acton Institute is a conservative think tank that promotes free society characterized by individual liberty, sustained by religious principles. So, as an American Catholic and a political conservative, do you find yourself having to explain your views often to Italians?
Pretty much every day. It's a long, like I said, a long-standing problem. You see it especially when an election year takes place, and we're just after one here. And I'm always actually pleasantly surprised how much interest Italians have in American politics. They're always asking me who I think is going to win the presidential election, and there is a general interest and a positive one. There is a particular take, a particular look at American politics. I think the one inside the Vatican tends to be more left of center among the officials and the staff members, and I think it's just the way it's been for a long time.
On a personal note, Kishore, you were baptized and received into the Catholic Church by Pope John Paul II in Rome in 1996. Can you tell us about that experience and the impact St. John Paul has had on your life?
Sure. I grew up in Flint, Michigan, growing up a non-Catholic but in Catholic schools. And so I was a very big fan, not only of John Paul II, but Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher. So when I got the chance to come to Rome and be baptized and confirmed and receive my first communion from John Paul II, I of course was extremely honored. It still doesn't seem real to me in a lot of ways, but a year later I started working for the Holy See at the UN in New York, and then was brought to Rome, and it was obviously the thrill of a lifetime.
Absolutely. Kishore Jayabalan, director of the Acton Institute's Rome office. Thanks so much for your perspective.
Thank you.